My name is Cecil Egbele. I'm from Nigeria and I've been Catholic since birth. Now I'll tell you something, for many people then in my age in going through the sacrament then, it was such a big deal because the church needed us to understand what it means to be Catholic. And we had this exam where everyone was hoping to pass it. Imagine trying to pass your catechism class exam to receive the sacrament. You pray to pass that than you pray to pass your entrance exam in school. It may be an exaggeration, but it was quite a big deal. Everyone loved it and it was beautiful. So just as a teenager, while still trying to go through training for the sacraments, that's when I joined the lectors. I was a lector while I was really small. I recall always having to climb on something to read so that people can actually get to see me. And then we had this priest, an Irish priest, Reverend Father Leo Fling. I understand he's late now. While at Mass, children Mass, he would not say, hey, after doing the homily, hey, who would like to come and help Father explain the homily? Then all the children, me number one, we all gather all there. Then he will ask us questions about the gospel, about the readings, and we get to explain it. So that actually imbibed in me that when you get to Mass, you have to concentrate because Father will ask you questions about it and you don't get to understand. And of course, when we get to him too, my parents will ask us what happened at church today, and we should be able to explain. It's been a beautiful experience being Catholic and coming down to the U.S. Since I came into the U.S. About over a year ago, I had to look for a community, and of course the Catholic faith is the same everywhere. My blackness as an African, as a Nigerian, doesn't really matter because everything that is done in the church, everything that is done at Mass, I understand it, I can follow. When I was in India, I lived in India for a while when I was studying in India. First Mass I attended was a Hindi Mass. I had no idea what they were saying, but I could follow. I know when I have to stand, I know when they're saying that I believe, I know everything. It just felt like always at home everywhere I go to. And since I came here to the Bay Area, it's been the same thing. It was just easy to adjust and adapt. The Catholic Church should support the Black African community in different ways. There are no ways cast in stone that this could be done, but I remember the church has what they say inculturization. I mean, where the practices of different races can find its way into the worship of the liturgy, if I'm not mistaken in that explanation. But yeah, I believe that the church should be able to find a place of solace and a place of balance for these people who feel like being Christian is very white and very white. So when the church tries to include the practices of different African cultures, for instance, imagine the priest wearing the cassock, the chasuble that has patterns of the African prints, the African fabric, the Ghanaian kente, the Nigerian ashoke in their chasuble. That gives that African person to feel like, okay, I can relate to this. The church understands me. Imagine going into a church where you can now sing at least one song in the Mass or something in the Mass that is said in a dialect that is not particularly English or mixed with it. I mean, someone from Senegal, someone from Zimbabwe can actually see it, feel it and feel like, okay, this feels like home to me. And of course, for many Black Africans who have always wanted to know where their roots is, who wanted to find some kind of connection, having these little bits of Africanness, having these little bits of Africanness in the worship, in the liturgy, in the practice of the church, we kind of give them a place of belonging, make them feel like, okay, I can relate with this. So I think the church, I'm trying to remember what Vatican Council that was, but I know it was talked about in Nigeria where we try to inculturize part of the liturgy to make the liturgy embrace the culture of practice of the people. I guess if we can do that, Africans all around will be able to actually feel a sense of belonging and know that this is home and this is where I belong to. I mean, come on, even non-Africans would be able to also appreciate the beauty of other regions. You know, there is unity in diversity. We should give it a try. Trust me, it's going to work.